Hi, my name is Brian Robertson, and my learning team partner is Marcy Kickhafer. We chose a case study that is entitled The Predictive Relationship Between Achievement and Participation in Music and Achievement in Core Grade 12 Academic Subjects. Basically, it was comparing students that were in music classes, which included band, string, choral, composition, and comparing how they did in their core subjects, math, English, and biology, to students that did not take any type of music classes. The case study took place in British Columbia, Canada, and it was a 3-year, so it covered 3 different cohorts that they used their grade 11 music, students that were in grade 11 music, and compared their grade 12 core subject scores. Overall, there was 180,000 students, so of course the whole province of British Columbia, a lot of students, a lot of numbers. The reason why they did this study was because it was thought of before, starting in the 1960s, that being in music and being a part of the arts actually impeded the growth for students in their classes. They thought if you're learning about music, it's going to stunt your growth for learning your core subjects, or it's just taking time away from learning your core subjects. And so they kind of wanted to see if that was true or not. And in fact, the results did show that it's not true. Students in music classes did have better grades and test scores because they used their grades, and they also used the provincial exam, which is just like our state standardized test, because it's across the whole province, the same test. And the biggest was in math. Students that were in band had the biggest gains versus students that weren't in band, especially in math class. But across all 3, math, biology, and English, all their scores were higher for students that were in music, and also for their provincial exams, the scores were higher than those students that were not in any music classes. The only, probably the smallest gain was students that were just in choir didn't really seem to have higher test scores in their English classes. And they also used visual arts just to check another arts type class, and visual arts showed no difference for students that were in visual arts versus students that were not in visual arts. Their core subjects, it didn't affect it one bit. As far as the critical thinking and creative expression, the case study, they had to analyze the results, identify the differences in all the different subject areas, and they had to come up with a conclusion. And of course, the main conclusion was that being a part of music, any type of music class, usually does have a positive effect on your core subjects. And this was basically a interdisciplinary approach. So it didn't have it wasn't necessarily integration into the actual math or biology or English classroom, but it was just kind of connecting the two, the music arts classes with the core subject classes. As far as what we would take from this, we would definitely encourage our students and parents to have their kids in music, any type of music, because learning that does have a positive effect, especially for both of us being math teachers. It seems to have a positive effect, and we both have seen that as well in our own classrooms, that usually the students that are involved in music do well in our classes. And here's a reference for our case study. Thank you.